Hey guys, I'm Ryan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Wife Life. I'm really glad that you guys are tuning in. So right off the bat, if you could like and subscribe to my channel so you can keep up with everything that I talk about, all the videos that I post. I post every week on Wednesday. Sometimes I'll add in a couple of extra videos if there's something that comes up. And so this week I'm actually going to do 2 videos. So when you watch this one, I guess you can click over to the next one. But I wanted to make sure that I talk to you guys about how I met my husband. So this will be kind of a bonus video, if you will, because I've got something else to talk about. But yeah, I figured you guys should know about how I ended up with this guy, Jonathan. So that's what I'm gonna talk about. And I'm gonna try to be natural when I do it. So yeah. Oh, also, ignore the fact that I'm wearing a hat this week because my hair is a little busted and we don't know each other well enough for you to see it. So there's that. But I also watched some YouTube videos and I saw that the eyebrows make all the difference. So I made them bold because they cover up a multitude of sin. Say amen when you can. Amen. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys about how Jonathan and I met. And I'm gonna try to do it the right way because he says that when I tell the story, I make him seem thirsty. So I'm gonna try to make this as hydrated as possible and just throw in just all the electrolytes. So, babe, if you're watching, I hope I make you proud. But hey, the truth is the truth. So here we go. So Jonathan and I went to the same school 3 times and we never met each other. So we went to the same elementary school and we went to 2 of the same high schools because we both transferred at different times in our high school career. Is it really a career? Our high school journey, whatever. Yeah, so we went to the same schools 3 times and we never met each other, which is crazy, right? Mind-blowing. But I'm pretty sure that had we met each other at any of those times, he and I would not have ended up together. Okay? So God knew what he was doing and he had a plan and he preserved us for the right time, which is awesome. So we actually met on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. He slid in my DMs. He says that we had a mutual friend and both of us liked something and he got a suggestion to befriend me. So he was looking at my picture and I mean, I didn't really disappoint, right? I was killing the game. All right. And he thought, let me just go ahead and slide on in those messages and see what's goody. So yeah, so he did. And he asked, don't I know you? To which I responded, I'm not sure. Do you know me? It was just a back and forth of like, oh yeah, we went to the same schools. Yeah, cool. And we chatted it up, kind of went back and forth, and he was a pretty cool guy. I Facebook stalked him while he was like between messages, right? I Facebook stalked him a little bit. I went and saw that, you know, he loves Jesus. Okay, cool. That's what's good. So he gave me some line about like how he was about to get off Messenger and he sent me his phone number and he was like, it was just the sweetest thing. But it was kind of awkward, but it worked. So I can't even laugh at it because it worked. Okay. He was like, I'm about to get off of here. Here's my number if you ever want to talk. And I was like, okay. I thought he was really cute, but Jonathan was not the type of guy that I would usually date. So I was kind of apprehensive, but in that year I was like, I'm going to try some new things. I'm just going to explore. I was in my early 20s and I just, you know, wanted to try something new. Okay. So I went ahead and I sent him a text. I was like, hey, this is Ryan. And we were chatting it up. and eventually he asked me out on a date. I come from a different background than he does. So I come from the Church of Christ, and he came from a non-denominational church. I can talk, I promise, just not very well. So he came from non-denominational, and I had really no idea what that meant because I was always taught that the Church of Christ was non-denominational, right? So to hear somebody be like, oh, non-denominational, and I was like, no, you're not, because I am, so you're definitely not. So that was the start of our differences. And since our relationship with God and our beliefs were such a big deal and such a big part of who we were, it became a big obstacle later, but not immediately, because both of us were kind of looking at this as a let's see how this goes type of thing. And I think it took about 2 years. Would it be 2 years? It took a long time for both of us to be like, okay, we're going to take this really seriously, because we had our tendencies and we had our backup plans, if you know what I mean. And neither one of us really thought like this is a marriage thing. And I don't think I thought it was a marriage thing because we were so different when it came to how we were raised and what we believed when it came to our faiths. So as our relationship progressed and as we tried over and over to break up and it never succeeded, I think we realized, okay, we're gonna have to tackle this eventually. And we really faced it head on. So in the beginning, we were kind of like going around the subject and, you know, you love Jesus, I love Jesus, cool, that's great. But both of us were finding fault in the other, and we just weren't saying anything, which I think was the biggest sin against one another that we could ever commit. If you really think that someone isn't doing right and you ignore it, because you just want to get along to get along, then you really can't say that you care about them if you never want to bring it up. So we had to establish a baseline, right? We had to decide, do you want to be right? Like, what is right? The Bible is right. Do you believe in the Bible? Do you believe that God wants specific things? Yes. Do you believe that we should give him exactly what he asks for? Yes. And so that was our baseline. So anytime we had a disagreement about something, we didn't turn it into a disagreement. It was more like a question and answer. Okay, I don't understand this. Can you explain this to me, and can you use Bible to do it? So we went through a lot of different topics, and it really took a lot of humility and an understanding that right is right. And what will I do when I'm faced with a truth that conflicts with my belief? Am I humble enough to concede to the truth? Or am I going to let my pride stop me from changing? So yeah, that was probably the biggest hurdle in our relationship from the very beginning. So once we got through that, and we're never all the way through it. Like, there's so many discussions that we still have and questions that I ask. And I know that when I would ask certain questions, he would get aggravated. Like, he would get so aggravated. But I had to remind him over and over, like, I'm not attacking you. I really want to know. And it was really a test for me to see, you know, I'm taking this guy seriously more and more every day. Can he lead me? Can he really give answers? Does he have a reason for the things that he does? Or is he just doing it just because that's what I've always done and that's what feels good? So yeah, I had a couple of questions, a lot of questions, and I still do. And he has gotten used to it and he bears with me. So growth alert. Yeah. But yeah, so that's how we met. We were together for a while, and both of us were, I told you guys, we were like kind of taking it seriously, kind of not. And I don't think he really realized that I wasn't taking it seriously. I think he was kind of the only one that was just not taking it seriously. I think, well, he thought that he was alone in not taking it seriously. I don't know if that statement made sense, but I hope I cleared it up. We kind of decided that it wasn't fair to make each other wait when neither one of us was really committed and had much faith in what was going on anyway, so we broke up. And during that time, I know he was probably dating people and talking to people and exploring his options, and I was exploring my options. I actually, at some point in that mix, was engaged to somebody else. It was crazy. Maybe we'll talk about it on another episode. But yeah, so I was engaged and I told him about it, and he kind of lost it just a little bit, but he tried to play it cool. But yeah, I think that was the like kick in the pants, like, whoa, this is for real, like she's good, she's over it. But honestly, I realized I'm not gonna wait around for anybody at all, because I know how amazing I am. So there was that. But as you can probably guess, that engagement didn't work out, because at some point I realized I am not the wife for this guy. I don't know if I'm the wife for anybody, but I know I'm not the wife for him. And maybe a month later, Jonathan and I started really talking seriously, and we got back together, and he was talking about moving back to Dallas, and so many things happened, guys, that just brought us closer and brought us back together. And we just knew. I knew at that point when we got back together that, like, okay, yeah, this is my husband, because we worked through so many different things, and we'd had so many difficult conversations, and above it all, he was always supportive. He was a great friend. He truly was my best friend. And there's honestly no better feeling than to be with the person who makes you happy, who makes you laugh. I mean, not just like kind of laugh, but like laugh, like ugly. Did I snort? Laugh. Please don't judge me. I think I just spit. Laugh. And that's what he is for me. That's what we are for each other. It just took us a while to get to where we were going, but we finally made it. Kinda. We still have a lot of growth to do, but we've come a long way. And I'm enjoying the ride. Totally. So that's the story of how Jonathan and I met. Thanks for listening to my story time of love. But thanks, guys. That was awkward. Probably cut that. That was uncomfortable for everybody. But what I would like to know, segue to another topic, I'd like to know if there's anyone else who's been in a relationship with religious differences and you just managed to make it work. So I'd like to know in the comments, guys, if you could relate to our story in any way. I always love to hear from you guys, and it's super duper encouraging. So yeah, like, give me a thumbs up, no thumbs downs. You can keep those, put them in your pocket, save them for a rainy day, and subscribe to this channel to keep up with the videos that I post. And I can't wait to talk to you guys again later. Bye. I almost did the gun thing, and then I had to remember that we wave. So if you guys want to watch the video of our engagement or his proposal, which was awesome. He wrote a song and everything. Oh my goodness. It's called Ryan's Song. All right. I'm going to upload that video so that you guys can watch it, and you can watch me cry ugly tears. And yeah, I took off my hat because I was just so emotional, and I have like that hat crease in the back of my head. It was shameful. Like, nobody was like, hey Ryan, put back on that hat, bro. Like, yikes. But hey, it's done now. I was hysterical and I was so happy. So you guys can watch me cry.